1. Introduction. My name is Bella. I am 40 years old. For all these years, I have never been married. I also do not have any children. In my family, this is a very big problem. They often show their shame about me. When they look at me, I can feel their disappointment. They talk about it a lot, especially my older relatives. They say things like, "Bella, you are old now. Too old to find a husband. Nobody will want you at this age." These words are not just spoken, they are like a heavy weight that I carry every day. They hurt my heart deeply. It feels like a constant pain inside me. I live in a small town, and everyone knows everyone. This means my family's shame is not just private. It feels like the whole town knows I am unmarried and childless. My cousins, my aunts, my uncles, they all have opinions. They believe a woman's life is complete only when she has a husband and children. They see my life as empty because I do not have these things. They do not understand that I have dreams and hopes that are different from their expectations. Every family gathering is difficult for me. Someone always asks, "When will you find someone, Bella?" Or, "Why are you still alone?" They do not ask with kindness. They ask with judgment. Their words make me feel small and invisible. Sometimes I want to hide. I want to run away from their eyes and their questions, but I cannot. This is my home, and these are my family members. I have to face their looks and their sad sighs. They often tell stories about other women my age who are married with families, making me feel even worse. Despite all this judgment and the constant pain, I hold onto a quiet hope. It is a small light inside me that never goes out. I still dream of a love story of my own. I dream of finding someone who will see me, Bella, not just my age or my unmarried status. I want someone who will love me for who I am. I want to share my life with someone. This hope is very important to me. It helps me to wake up every morning and face another day. It helps me to believe that happiness is possible, even for me. My family's words say I am too old for love. They say my chance has passed, but my heart tells me something different. My heart tells me that love can come at any age. It tells me that my story is not finished yet. I want to write my own story. I do not want their shame to be the only thing people remember about me. I want a story filled with love, understanding, and happiness. I want to prove them wrong. I want to find my own way to build a life that is truly mine. This quiet hope keeps me strong. It keeps me looking forward, even when the world around me seems to only look back at my past. It is my secret strength against their constant disapproval and the heavy burden of their expectations. 2. A new man. The night of the family party arrived. I did not want to go. My cousin had asked me many times, and I finally said yes. Family gatherings were always hard for me. I knew what people would say and how they would look at me. It was a place where my single life felt very clear to everyone. I walked into the house. It was full of people. The air was loud with laughter and talking, but I felt no joy. Soon I heard soft voices nearby. "Look, it is Bella," one person whispered. "She is still alone," another said. Their words felt like small, sharp stones. I tried to smile, but it was difficult. I moved to a quiet corner near a window. I felt very far from everyone else. They talked about their husbands, their wives, and their children. They spoke of happy lives. I had no such stories to share. My heart felt heavy, and I wished I was at home, quiet and safe. Then I looked across the room. My eyes stopped on a man. He was not talking loudly. He was not laughing like the others. He stood quietly, watching the people around him. He had dark hair and kind eyes. He looked strong, but also very calm. He seemed different from everyone else in the room. He looked at me for a moment. His look was not of judgment. It was a gentle look. It made me feel a little less alone just for a second. I wondered who he was. I had not seen him at other family events before. Later, I heard someone talking about him. "That is James," a woman said. "He is new to town. He is 48 years old, and he is divorced." The word divorced stayed with me. It meant he knew pain, perhaps like my own. He had been married, and now he was not. He was also older like me. My age was 40. He was 48. This made him seem more real, more like someone who understood life's difficulties. I kept watching him. He had a quiet power about him. It was clear he was not afraid to be himself. He did not try to fit in with the loud party. He just was. This was new. No one had ever looked at me with such calm. No one had ever seemed to understand without words. This man, James, was a new person in my world. He brought a feeling of quiet hope. It was a small hope, but it was there, growing in my heart. 3. His past. After the family party, I started to hear more about James. People in the town loved to talk. Their words traveled fast, like a quick wind. They spoke about his life, especially his past. It was a story full of sadness and difficulty. I learned the true reason why he was divorced. His wife had been unfaithful. She had found another man and left James. This was a very big scandal in our small town. Many people remembered it clearly. They still talked about it often, even after many years. The town's gossip was very strong. People had many ideas about James. These ideas were not always kind. Some said he was a very cold man. They believed his heart was not warm anymore. They thought he did not feel much emotion because of what happened to him. Other people said he was dangerous to women. They thought he was not good to be around. They said he might hurt women or that he would leave them. These words made me wonder, was he really like that? The stories painted a picture of a difficult and unhappy man. But then, I had a chance to speak with James again. I wanted to know him for myself. I did not want to believe only the town's words. When we talked, I found something very different from the rumors. He was not cold at all. He was not dangerous. He was kind and gentle. His voice was soft when he spoke. He listened very carefully to everything I said. He seemed to understand my feelings very well. He was a truly gentle man. This surprised me greatly. The stories about him were very different from the real man I met. He looked at me with his calm, steady eyes. He did not judge me for my age or for being unmarried. He did not make me feel bad about my own life. Instead, he saw something special inside me. He said, "Bella, you are different." He told me I had a brave heart. No one in my life had ever told me that before. My own family always saw my weaknesses. They saw my shame for being alone. But James saw bravery. He saw a strength inside me that I did not even know I had. He made me feel seen, truly seen, for the first time. He made me feel strong. His words were very important to me. They made me think about myself in a completely new way. His past was difficult, but the man in front of me was gentle and understanding. This made me want to know him much, much more. For our secret, James and I started to meet in secret places. My family would not like it. They thought James was not good for me because of his past. So we had to be very careful. We chose quiet spots like a small park with old trees. We met at a small coffee shop far from my house where no one knew me. Sometimes we just talked on the phone late at night, whispering our thoughts. When I was with James, I felt something new and wonderful. It was like a bright spark of life inside me. For many years, I had felt only sadness. But with James, I felt truly happy. I felt like a different person, a better version of myself. He made me laugh. He looked at me with kind and understanding eyes. He made me feel truly seen. This feeling was a gift. James talked openly about his life. He told me about his past pain and his hopes for the future. He did not hide anything from me. He was honest and real. When he talked, I felt completely safe. It was a new and precious feeling. I could be my true self with him. I did not have to pretend. I did not have to be the quiet, sad Bella my family always expected. Because I felt so safe, I started to tell him my own deepest secrets. I told him about the shame I carried. I told him how my family's harsh words had hurt me. They always said I was too old to find love. They said I would never have a family. They made me feel I was not good enough. I told him about my fear of being alone forever. I even told him about my secret dream of having a loving family, a dream I thought had died. James listened to every word I said. He did not interrupt me. He did not say I was wrong or foolish. He did not judge me at all. He just listened. He understood my feelings. After I finished, he said softly, "Bella, you are a wonderful person. You deserve love. Your dreams are not too old, they are beautiful." His words were like a warm, comforting blanket. They made me feel strong and hopeful. We spent many hours together, talking and just being. Each time, our bond grew stronger. We shared many quiet moments just sitting together. We learned so much about each other's hearts. This secret time was incredibly special. It was ours alone, a secret from the world and from my family. But for me, it was a beginning. It was the beginning of new hope. I had never felt so connected to anyone before. I knew this relationship was important. This was my chance for real happiness. 5. My family's anger. The secret was out. My family found out about James and me. I do not know how they discovered it, but the news reached them quickly. The air in our house became heavy and cold. My family's faces were red with anger. They looked at me as if I had done something terrible. My brother, David, was the first to speak. His voice was loud, louder than I had ever heard it. He stood very close to me, his eyes full of fire. "You cannot see him, Bella," he shouted. "He is not good for you. He is a broken man. His past is bad. You will not marry a man like him." His words felt like a hard push. He always thought he knew what was best for me. He believed James was wrong for me. He only cared what people would say. He wanted to control my life. Then my mother started to cry. Her tears made me feel guilty and angry. "Bella, my dear," she said, her voice shaking, "you are too old for this. You are 40 years old. You cannot dream of love now. It is a foolish dream. You should stop seeing him. Think about our family's name. Think about what people will say." She always worried about others. For her, my happiness was less important than the family's name. She wanted me to be alone, as she had always told me. She believed that at my age, love was not possible, especially not with a divorced man like James. Their words were painful. They were the same words I had heard for many years. Now, they were about James. They wanted me to give up on the first real chance at happiness I had found. They wanted me to be small again, to hide my feelings, to accept my lonely life. For a long time, I just listened. I felt the old shame try to come back. I felt the weight of their judgment. But then, something new changed inside me. I looked at my brother, then at my mother. I saw their anger and their old ideas, but I also saw my own strength. This time, I did not cry. I did not say sorry. I did not promise to obey. For the first time, I felt like a woman. I was not just a daughter or a sister who always did what was told. I took a deep breath. My voice was quiet, but it was strong. "I will not give him up," I said. "This is my life. This is my happiness." My words surprised them and me. It was a new feeling, standing up for myself. I chose my own path. I chose to fight for my love and future. I chose James. 6. The town talks. The small town was soon full of new words. These words were about Bella and James. News spread quickly like a strong wind. Neighbors talked. Friends whispered. People looked at Bella differently. The talk was not kind. People made up stories. They did not know the truth. Some said Bella only wanted James's money. They said, "She is 40. She wants his house and savings." This was not true. Bella loved James, not his money. This saddened her. Others remembered James's past. They talked about his first wife. They said, "James's first wife left him. He will leave Bella too. He is not a good man." They said, "Bella is making a mistake. She will be alone again." These words hurt Bella deeply. She felt pain in her chest. Rumors were everywhere. Bella heard whispers at the market. People looked away or pointed. Her heart felt heavy. She thought of hiding, but did not want to. The town's words were like small stones. One day, Bella was very upset. She told James about the cruel things people were saying. James listened. He did not get angry. He took her hand gently, his touch warm. He looked into her eyes. "Bella," he said softly, "let them talk. Their words are not important. They do not know us." He held her hand tighter. "I see you, Bella. I see your brave heart. These people do not understand. They will always talk, but their words are just air. They cannot hurt us." He promised her, "I will never leave you. I will always be here. Ignore their words. We have each other. That is all that matters." James's words were like a warm blanket. They helped Bella feel safe. She knew he was loyal. She knew he would stay. The town could talk. Their words were painful, but James's love was stronger. She believed their happiness was more important than gossip. It was a hard time, but James was with her. They faced the talk together. 7, a big choice. One quiet evening, James and I were walking near the old river. The sun was going down, making the water shine with orange and pink colors. We stopped. James looked at me, and his eyes were full of kindness. He took my hand in his. His voice was soft, but his words were big. He asked me, "Bella, will you marry me?" My heart started to beat very fast. This was a huge moment. I felt happy, but also afraid. I knew what this meant for my life. I knew what my family would say. When I went home and told them about James's proposal, their anger was strong. My brother shouted, "If you marry him, you are no longer our sister. We will not know you." My mother cried. She said, "You will bring great shame upon our family. You are making a terrible mistake." Even my friends, who usually understood me, told me not to marry James. They said, "Bella, you are being foolish. He is not the right man for you. Think about your future. Your family will never forgive you." They warned me about James's past. They warned me about my family's fury. Everyone around me seemed to be against this choice. I felt a very heavy weight on my shoulders. On one side was my family, my old life, and all my past. On the other side was James, a new life, and a chance for real love. It was the hardest choice I had ever faced. My family's words filled my head like a cold wind blowing. Their disapproval felt like a heavy stone in my heart. I had always tried to please them, even if it meant I was not happy. But then I thought about James. I thought about how he saw me. He saw my brave heart. He saw my true self, not just my age or my family's thoughts. He did not care about the town's gossip. He only cared about me. I knew this was my last chance to find the love I had always dreamed of. I was 40 years old. I could not wait any longer. I could not live without love anymore. I looked into James's eyes. They were kind and full of hope. I saw my future there. I saw happiness. I saw a life where I was truly loved and accepted. I took a deep breath. I made my decision. I chose love. I chose James. I said, "Yes, James, I will marry you." It was the biggest choice of my life. The silence after I said yes felt very loud. It was a moment of no return. I knew my family would be very angry. I knew some friends would turn away. But looking at James, I felt a peace I had never felt before. This choice was for me. It was for my happiness. It was a choice to stop listening to others and start listening to my own heart. For so long, I had lived in the shadow of their shame. Now, I was stepping into my own light. It was scary, but it was also exciting. I held James's hand tightly. We would face everything together. This was our beginning. 8, our new life. The wedding day arrived. The morning light filled my room. I woke up feeling a mix of nerves and great excitement. This was the day I had waited for so many years. My closest friends were there to help me get ready. They smiled and laughed with me, sharing in my joy. We chose a small, quiet place for the ceremony. It was simple, but very beautiful. Everything felt peaceful and right. Some of my family members were there. They had chosen to support me, and their presence meant a lot. My brother and my mother were not there. This made my heart a little heavy, but I understood their decision. I knew I had made the right choice for myself, even if it was difficult for them to accept. I had chosen my own happiness. Outside, the townspeople still whispered. Their words about James and me were like a soft wind, always moving, always there. But the wind did not move me anymore. Their gossip did not hurt my heart. I had found a new strength inside myself. Their words were just sounds, and they could not touch the deep peace I felt. James waited for me at the front. He looked handsome, standing tall and calm. When I started to walk towards him, all my small fears went away. I felt a quiet certainty. Our eyes met, and in that moment I knew this was true love. This was my future. Our vows were simple words, but they felt strong and real. We promised to love each other. We promised to be together always. When James put the ring on my finger, my heart felt full. It was a moment I would remember forever. Then he leaned in. He kissed me gently. In that kiss, the whole world stopped. There was only James and me, and a feeling of deep, quiet peace. All the years of sadness, all the shame I had carried, they disappeared. I was 40 years old. For many years, I thought love was not for me. I thought I would always be alone. But now, here I was. I was a wife. I was loved. James was 48. We were not young, but our story was just beginning. It was a new chapter, a new life for both of us. I looked at him, my husband. I was Bella, his wife. I had waited a long time for this feeling. Now I finally had it. I felt truly happy. It was a big, full happiness that came from deep inside me. This was our new life, built on love and choice. I was no longer ashamed. I was free. I was myself. I was finally truly happy.